Welcome back to Helsinki for the third day of these World Championships, where once again we're delighted to report that the stadium is bathed in sunshine. The girls are out early for the fifth of 7 events, the heptathlon. It's the long jump we're seeing now, and the girl on the runway is Sabine Everts of the Federal Republic of Germany, that's West Germany. She's a very competent long jumper, but she's got 3 very strong East German girls ahead of her in the medal positions at the moment. Controls that jump nicely, is very firm on the board, and was well over 6 meters. This is a strong event for the West German girl, Sabine Everts, and she has 6 meters 46, and on the international scoring tables for the heptathlon, that scores her 1,005 points. Now for Judy Livermore, who's captured a lot of attention here with a fascinating headdress. She lives in Rugby in England and was a former karate champion or taekwondo champion at school. Not so long as Sabine Everts, but this is the girl that's ahead of her by virtue of her first 4 events. That was 6 meters 16 centimeters. That's 20 feet 2.5, and it scores her 941. Now here's the girl in the silver medal position, Sabine Paetz of East Germany, the German Democratic Republic, who is a very, very competent long jumper. You can see that she had a much stronger leg shoot, much greater force at takeoff, and she gathered well and accelerated onto the takeoff board, and that's going to be a pretty prodigious jump. There it is, 6 meters and 68 centimeters, 1,051 points, and her lead goes up, but she's chasing Romana Neubert. This is the girl in the gold medal position, the world record holder, and what a fine long jumper she is. She hurdled well, high jumped well, put the shot so well, and ran the 200 meters brilliantly yesterday. And now she's scored 1,049 points with that long jump of 6 meters 67, which is 21 feet 10 3/4. There it is, after the long jump with 2 events to go. East Germany in 1, 2, and 3 position. Great Britain's Judy Livermore in 4th place, and the West German girl in 5th. Now the sprinters are out for the 4x100 meters relay. That's the Finnish team lining up in lane 3. The full line-up in this first heat, where sprinting conditions are ideal. The temperature's getting up and up. It's in the mid-70s now. There it is. Ghana on the inside, East Germany in lane 2, Finland in 3, Bahamas in 4, Bulgaria in 5, Great Britain in 6, and Nigeria with a strong squad in lane 7. A lot of interest in this. The German Democratic Republic expected to do well. They've got Andreas Nebel on the first leg, and he is running well. Look out in lane 2, the light blue of East Germany. Hand is up, all is safe. Schroeder is now running with the breeze on his back, and there he is. That's Schroeder, who hands to Hubler. And this East German crack squad have obviously trained under their coaches, a well-disciplined lineup. Running well too are Nigeria, Great Britain, and Bulgaria, but away come the East Germans. In lane 2, being chased by the red shirts of Bulgaria and the white shirts of Great Britain, and also Nigeria. It was the German Democratic Republic who were first, then Bulgaria, then Great Britain, and then Nigeria. However, we've got stronger squads to come from the United States of America and from the Soviet Union. The first 4, however, will go through to the next round in the 4x100 meters relay. Second lot of sprinters out. Kenya on the inside, Italy, who are a very good team in lane 2, People's Republic of China, Australia, Canada, and then the mighty USA. The Ivory Coast in lane 7, Hungary in 8, but Emmett King, who finished in the bronze medal position in the 100 meters, he's the lead-off man for United States squad, and he will hand to Willie Gault, the international hurdler. And already they lead in lane 6, and it's a question of whether they can get near their own world record. And they're running most fluently indeed. Italy on the inside in lane 2 are running well, but Willie Gault has handed over to the world record holder at 100 meters, Calvin Smith, and remember they've got the great Carl Lewis to come, who always brings a gasp to the crowd. Lewis has the baton safely, Italy chasing them, but the gap is growing. Carl Lewis winner of the 100 meters, flashes home, nearly 10 meters ahead of the Italian squad, with Hungary in third, 38.75, and that will take some beating. USA 38.75, Italy 39.40. 3 teams disqualified there: People's Republic of China, Kenya and Canada. I take it for not exchanging the baton within the international 20-meter zone. Now we get a chance to see the Soviet squad in lane 7. They line up with Jamaica, Poland, Greece, Thailand, West Germany, France and Taipei on the outside in lane 8. Soviet squad: Prokofiev, Sidorov, Muraviev and Brizgin. And none of them are in the sprints, but they've saved this crack squad just for the relay. And they're a well-rehearsed group, and there they are in lane 7 already leading. West Germany, that is, chasing them hard. They too have a good team. Bastians to Christian Haas to Evers to Rizzi. But as they get away and the French team start looking good in the blue in lane 6, look at the Soviet Union squad out in lane 7. They're away. Jamaica on the inside having a battle with Poland. Jamaica might qualify, but France on the inside are going to get their second. Oh, and the Jamaicans are run out of it as West Germany get into third and Poland fourth. No place for Jamaica. 38.77 for the Russian squad, just slightly slower than that crack American squad. France, West Germany and then Poland. That mighty tower in the background to a former javelin world record holder. Now the 400 meters hurdles, the semi-final, with Sue Morley of Great Britain in lane 1 and Skoglund of Sweden in 2, Debbie Flintoff of Australia in lane 3, Petra Pfaff of the German Democratic Republic in 4, Gwen Wall of Canada in 5, Fisenko of the Soviet Union in lane 6 and Judy Brown in lane 7. 10 hurdles to cross, each of them 2 feet 6. And Judy Brown has gone out strongly on the outside in the all red, the girl at Michigan State University who's the national collegiate champion. But that looks a composed East German runner. It's Petra Pfaff, the 22-year-old in lane 4, looking very cool, calm and collected. The Russian girl in lane 6, Yekaterina Fisenko, is also going well, and Julie Brown's beginning to be caught up on the outside. In fact, she no longer leads. Sue Morley of Great Britain in lane 1 is running strongly, with Anne-Marie Skoglund in the yellow and blue of Sweden going well too. But it's the East German girl that leads, the Russian girl coming up second, it appears, and then a battle for third, but 4 goes through, and that's a fine run. It's Pfaff of East Germany, Fisenko of the Soviet Union, Skoglund of Sweden, and Morley of Great Britain. 400 meters hurdles, you can see the world record there, 54.02. The world record holder goes in the next semi-final. There is the next semi-final. Barksdale of the United States of America in lane 1. Kojukaru of Romania in 2. Christine Slide in 3. Filikova of Czechoslovakia in 4. Then Helen Fiedler, Petra Krug, Elmuta, and the reigning world record holder, Anna Ambrosine of the Soviet Union, right on the outside. Winner of the recent Spartakiada. She was the girl who finished 4th in Athens, but she's improved a great deal since then. And she's running well with the girl just inside. In fact, that's Petra Krug in lane 6 that we see, who's overtaken Elmuta of Morocco and is now up with the Soviet girl. On the inside, Barksdale of the United States is running well, the 22-year-old from the University of Tennessee, but coming off the bend, East Germany's Ellen Fiedler and Petra Krug are running well. Both the girls in blue and white, and on the outside, Ambrosine, the world record holder, aiming to do just enough to qualify. It looks as though the American girl will be 4th, so they've got 2 East Germans. Oh no, the Russian girl runs to the line first, then East Germany 2nd and 3rd, and right on the line, Barksdale of the United States of America was robbed of a place by the fine finishing speed of Kojukaru of Romania. The Balkan champion finishes 4th. The American girl is run out of it. The winning time, 55.18 for Ambrosine, the world record holder, who goes through to the final. There's a composed picture of 3 Americans who line up in the final of the 400 meters hurdles. A quiet prayer, they're very close friends. This features the great Ed Moses, that's Andre Phillips, but Ed Moses is expected to take his run of victories to 90. He's been unbeaten in this event since 1977. It's Kharlov of the Soviet Union, Moses in 2, Diabar of Senegal in 3, David Lee of the United States in 4, Sparek of Poland in 5, Phillips of USA in 6, Harald Schmid, the very good West German in lane 7 with the band across his chest who's going well, and Nylander in 8. But all eyes are on this man. The Olympic champion of 1976, the World Cup champion of 77, 79 and 1981, a PhD in maths and physics. He really is a magnificent sprinter, hurdler that has dominated this event and made it his own. And he comes off the bend, so much the better. The rest are just trailing in his wake. The Americans look as though they're coming up for medals, but Harald Schmid is closed into second place and is running for the silver. Look at the gap as Ed Moses takes the line in 47.48, and the other 2 Americans are run out of it because, in fact, Harald Schmid of West Germany got up into second place, and I think it was Kharlov in lane 1 of the Soviet Union that made third, and he's got a lot of running to do, but watch his fine sprint for the line. And I think you'll find that Nylander comes up as well. Now, that's a massive margin of victory in a World Championship final. And that's 90 races without defeat to the American Ed Moses. And he becomes the first world champion who is also an Olympic champion. No man has dominated an event more than this in modern times. Great Herb Elliott did at 1,500 meters and a mile, but this is the modern genius of his event. Ed Moses, his time 47.50. That's the 3rd fastest time this event has ever been running, and only Harald Schmid and himself have ever run faster. Now for the semi-finals of the women's 400 meters. 2 of these, of course, the first 4 will go through. Stamanova of Bulgaria in lane 1, Deneen Howard of the United States in 2, only 18 years. Cruz of Canada in 3, Kratochvilova the favourite who goes in 2 events, Rubsam of the German Democratic Republic, Gabi Busman of West Germany, Baskakova of the Soviet Union, and Forgash of Hungary. And they're calling for Kratochvilova. She's the world record holder at 800 meters, and she's choosing to go in both events. This very powerful Czechoslovakian girl who's in lane 4 now. She's 32 years of age. She broke the world record for 800 meters only 2 weeks ago, and here she is doubling up in the 400 meters, and she's got Baskakova outside of the Soviet Union, but even so she's coming off looking strong, running away from Dagmar Rubsam of East Germany, and she's opened up a gap, and she's going to make the final comfortably. Running for the line is Gabi Busman of West Germany with the Russian girl Baskakova. And it's Gabi Busman of West Germany that just gets to the line ahead of the Soviet girl Baskakova, and in 4th place it was Dagmar Rubsam. This is the girl who's run the 2nd fastest 400 meters of all time. The fastest stands to Marita Koch, but she has chosen in these championships to run in the 100 meters and the 200 meters. Here's the 2nd semi-final. Marita Payne of Canada, Rose Bryant of USA, Tatiana Alieva of Bulgaria, Sabine Bush of German Democratic Republic in 4, Kochimbova, another very good Czech, in 5, Michał Scott of Great Britain in 6, Pinigina of the Soviet Union in lane 7, and Molly Killenbeck of Canada right on the outside, the Jamaican-born Canadian girl. Rosalie Bryant in lane 2, making up ground. There's the East German girl, Sabine Bush. Outside her, the 21-year-old Czechoslovakian girl in the all-white strip in lane 5, Tatiana Kochimbova, running fluently and well. Rosie Bryant is running well, and coming into the picture now, Maria Piningini in lane 7. The Soviet Union, a winner of the Spartakiad, and she's coming up well. It's Piningina of the Soviet Union coming away from the rest of the field. Kochimbova, the Czechoslovakian girl, is 2nd. Marita Payne of Canada is 3rd, and Rosie Bryant is 4th. 50.07, so it's going to be a tremendous final when Piningina meets up with the two Czechoslovakian girls, Kratochvilova and Kochembova there. Canada and USA finding a place in the final. The 400 meters semi-final for men. This has Weppler of West Germany, Darren Clark, only 17, an Australian who's a world age best for 17 for this distance. Todd Bennett of Great Britain, Jan Tomko of Czechoslovakia. Mike Franks, probably the favorite from the United States, only 19 in lane 5. Hartmut Weber, the German champion, is in lane 6. Mike Paul of Trinidad in the red is in lane 7. And another brilliant teenager, Thomas Schönlieber of the German Democratic Republic, in lane 8. Now that's the Czechoslovakian we can see, Tomko, and he's closed on Mike Franks, the big American, and that's surprising. That really is surprising. And he's still going well, but the American now beginning to pull away. Schönlieber right on the outside has left a lot of work to do. Mike Paul is still ahead of him, and Hartmut Weber of West Germany with the band across his chest, he too. But it's the four on the left-hand side that are coming away. Tomko of Czechoslovakia is dropping back. It's Franks of America that gets to the line first from Hartmut Weber, and then Schönlieber and Mike Paul. No place in that final for the young Australian, but they are fast times indeed. 45.44 for Mike Franks. The Americans always very strong at this event. And the Americans still have more to come because their champion is drawn in lane 1 in the next semi-final, Sunda Nix. He's drawn next to the Olympic champion, Victor Markin of the Soviet Union, then Souza of Brazil, Kayeswa of Uganda, the favourite Burt Cameron from Jamaica, Phil Brown of Great Britain in lane 6, Skumral of the Federal Republic of Germany, the European record holder, in lane 7, and Doug Hines of Canada in lane 8. Watch the marvellous running of Burt Cameron in lane 5, in the yellow and green of Jamaica. At the University of Texas at El Paso, American-based, he's run right past Phil Brown of Great Britain. He's chasing Erwin Skumral now of West Germany in white and red. Coming up fast is Sunda Nix on the inside, but look at the Olympic champion in lane 2, Victor Markin for the Soviet Union. No place in him for this, and he's got an awful lot of running to do if he's going to make the first 4. Sunda Nix is getting away from him. Cameron in the middle is running well, and Souza of Brazil is going to be up there on the line. And what a photograph for the 4th place. There's no doubt about the first 3. Cameron of Jamaica, Skumral of West Germany, then Souza of Brazil. But there, the computer shows that sharing the same time, Sunda Nix has the nod over Victor Markin, and the Olympic champion goes out. Now the final of the 800 meters. We've seen Jarmila Kratochvilova just half an hour ago run in the 400 meters. She now lines up in an 800 meters, an event which has been dominated by the Russians since 1976. And there is the lineup. It's Maya Kochikova of Czechoslovakia in lane 1, Gurina of the Soviet Union in 2, Melinti of Romania in 3, Klinger of West Germany, then Kratochvilova in the all-white in lane 5, Podkopayeva of the Soviet Union in 6, Schroeder in lane 7, and Robin Campbell in the all-red, right on the outside, the American champion. It's 2 Soviets, 2 Czechs, 1 East German, 1 West German, 1 Romanian, and 1 American. They break at the end of the first bend. This race over 2 laps, and it's the Soviet girls that come away. It's Podkopayeva from Gurina, and then it is Jarmila Kratochvilova, the Czechoslovakian girl, who holds the world record at an incredible 153.28. And that means that the women are getting down to something like 150 for half miling, which only a decade ago would have been respectable and very good club running for men. So it's the Soviet Union 1 and 2, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, West Germany on the inside, Romania, and another Czech girl coming up on the outside. 57.59 at the bell, and that's quite fast. As Podkopayeva leads and hands over the lead to Gurina, but suddenly blasting through the girl that ran in the 400 meters just 35 minutes ago, Jarmila Kratochvilova, on the shoulder of the Soviet girl. Gurina tried to hold her off, but look how this has stretched the field. It's making them run flat out, and it's leaving quite a few in their wake, including the East German girl and the American girl. And the girl who is the favourite to win 2 gold medals here, gets away, and she's on her way to her first world title. 32-year-old Jarmila Kratochvilova, silver medalist in Athens at 400 metres, silver medalist in the Olympic Games at 400 metres, now about to take her first gold in a major championship with Gurina behind her. But look at this for a fast time, and that's one of the fastest times, in fact the 3rd fastest time ever run. Aleksandr of the Soviet Union, the previous world record holder for this event, is the only other girl that's ever run faster. And Kratochvilova takes the World Championship and hangs on to her world record in a marvellous run. Podkopayeva of the Soviet Union was 3rd, so it's Czechoslovakia 1, the Soviet Union 2 and 3, and the West German girl Margaret Klinger finished in 4th place. That's another great gap, rather like the gap we saw from Ed Moses. That's a massive margin of victory. And remember, this girl really only came to the fore in international athletics when she was 27 years of age. She could hardly believe it, tears in her eyes. A marvellous emotional moment from these World Championships. Confirmation of the result and the times. The men out for the 800 metres final. Have seen the women run so well. What a lineup it is. Peter Elliott of Great Britain, tall Willie Wuelbeck of West Germany, 10 times the West German champion. Joaquim Cruz, one of the new Brazilian finds in lane 3. Dave Patrick, who's moved up from 400 metres hurdles to 800 metres, wears 908 for USA. Rod Druppers, the very tall Dutchman who wears orange. Guimarães of Brazil, also in yellow, in lane 6. James Robinson, who wears the white sweatbands and the long white socks, in lane 7. And the European champion, Hans-Peter Werner, from West Germany, red band across his chest, so there are 2 West Germans in this. And away goes Joaquim Cruz. Joaquim Cruz being chased by Peter Elliott, the United Kingdom champion, with the West German Hans-Peter Werner in close attendance. There he is, wearing a beard. Joaquim Cruz, who doesn't think that he's got a sprint finish and therefore has to blast off. He's at the University of Oregon. He won the national collegiate title in America. He's one of the new finds, and the Brazilians have 3 of them. Guimarães is also there in the same yellow vest. And this is a fast run, a very fast run indeed. And Peter Elliott, who really is a very, very good front runner, takes out the bell at 50.58. He battled his way into this final when he had to fight his way into the British team when Sebastian Coe was injured. But look at this for a battle he's putting up. Joaquim Cruz of Brazil goes on his outside. Werner and the other West German, Willie Wuelbeck, making a challenge, but they've still got a lot of running to do. 2 West Germans in 2nd and 3rd. The tall man, Willie Wuelbeck, is still in the hunt for a medal. Joaquim Cruz, though, is trying to go wide and is being forced wide by Peter Elliott with a grimace on his face. Cruz gets away, and surely he's on his way to a medal now. But look at big Willie Wuelbeck, oh, with a much faster finish coming away for West Germany. And Cruz looks as though he's going to be in 2nd and Druppers in 3rd. But Druppers finishes even faster still and claims the silver medal. No medal for Peter Elliott, and that was a brilliant championship run. 1:43.65, and Willie Wuelbeck has never won a major championship. He last won the European Cup back in 1977 on this very track, so he must love it in Helsinki. That's the best run of his life. 10 times the German champion and now the world champion. What a run for the line this was. Willie Wuelbeck away and clear, and Joaquim Cruz of Brazil must have believed he had the silver medal, and Peter Elliott must have thought he had the bronze. But look at the fast finishing Rod Druppers, all 6 feet 3 of him, coming up for Holland, robbing Elliott of a bronze, and now suddenly snatching the silver medal as well. That's Willie Wuelbeck, and that's the confirmed result. A very fine run indeed. Hans-Peter Werner of the Federal Republic of Germany being shown as disqualified, but that's a little harsh, and I know the West Germans are going to try and get him reinstated. The 3,000 meter steeplechase. And this is a race over 7.5 laps. 5 go through by right. And look at that for a lineup. Some of the world's best there. Henry Marsh wearing 896. And the bell goes. 1 lap to go in this steeplechase, and only 5 will finish by right. And the Kenyan leads. It's Julius Correa, and he's getting away from the Spaniard, and it's going to be very tight. 2 West Germans in there, and Graham Fell from Great Britain. Domingo Raymond of Spain takes over the lead from the Kenyan. The West German is coming up hard, and the West German is Rainer Schwartz. And the action all happened after the bell, and they know that there's only the first 5 by right to come through, and Correa of Kenya is holding off this challenge from Raymond of Spain. And then the battle, well, we've got West Germany's Rainer Schwartz, we've got in the blue vest there, it looks like the Italian, or is it the Frenchman? And suddenly the Kenyan breaks away to make certain. And Henry Marsh of United States of America is going to make 3. Rainer Schwartz of West Germany coming up with Graham Fell of Great Britain and Marco of Hungary. They're the qualifiers in that first heat, and there's the time, 8:26.63. Julius Correa of Kenya giving Africa a chance to get amongst the medals there. Raymond of Spain, Marsh of USA, Schwartz of West Germany, and Fell of Great Britain. Coming up for the second of these heats with 1 lap to go, and it's a very big lead that the Pole has. Krzysztof Wesolowski. Then we've got Kiprono of Kenya, and this crowd going wild because Tom Ekblom, who's one of the favourites for the Finns to get a medal here, he's hanging back a little bit. He's got the blue band across, and there he is back behind Roger Hackney of Great Britain. The Bulgarian Kachanov is just behind the Kenyan. The Pole is home and clear, Krzysztof Wesolowski. He's run right away from the rest of the field. Then we've got Kiprono, the 25-year-old Kenyan champion. He's being chased by Kachanov of Bulgaria. And then Tom Ekblom is being cheered on. He's timed it very nicely, making absolutely clear as he goes to the water jump to make himself safe. The Pole looks over his shoulder. It's been quite a fast run for him, the last hurdle cross. Now the Kenyan who stuttered at that. Then it's Kachanov. Then Ekblom of Finland. Good reception for him. Look at this Pole crossing the line now in 8:27.08. Ekblom comes over there, and Roger Hackney for Great Britain makes the 5th man, who's certain to go through to the semi-finals. The 3rd heat of the 3,000 meters, Tuwai of Kenya, Reitz of Great Britain, Meltzer of East Germany. And they take the bell now. Reitz going wide to go past the Kenyan. Reitz of Great Britain, that is. Richard Tuwai, the Kenyan. Also in the hunt, we've got Maminski of Poland, one of the favorites. He's wearing the white and red of Poland. We've got the East German, Hagen Meltzer, in blue on his shoulder. Reitz, the tall Britisher, on the shoulder of the Kenyan, and it's going to be a battle for 5th, but look at that, the West German coming very much into the picture and looking very strong indeed. That's Patrick Ilg with the red band of West Germany, ran wide and tried to make absolutely sure. These 5 getting away. The last water jump, one more barrier to cross. Be a battle up the home straight. Patrice Ilg of West Germany. The Pole pulls out, Maminski, and Colin Reitz of Great Britain making a spirited run for the line to get ahead of the Kenyan, but they're safe now, these 5. Up to the line, and it may well be Colin Reitz, Patrice Ilg, Richard Tuwai, Maminski, and Meltzer of West Germany. That's another fast run. think Colin Reitz was the first across the line, the United Kingdom champion. His time 8:22.76. The heptathlon javelin throw, the 6th event out of 7. Again, remember, it has to be on points. And Anke Vater is in the bronze medal position. She's a fine thrower, although these are not world-class javelin throwers. Remember, this is only one of 7 events. She's short of the 40-meter line, which would be a very competent throw for her. And she's waiting to see what she's got. 37 meters 84, 732 points. Not quite as good as their jumping and their sprinting, but nonetheless, this difficult technical event the East Germans have got pretty well trained for. This is Sabine Paetz in the silver medal position, and it has to strike the ground point first. She too is just short of 40 meters, but collecting good points. Keeping herself nice. In fact, she's got over 40 meters. That was a 45-meter line, and she's got 835 points as the world record holder comes up for her throw. Romana Neubert. What a supreme all-round athlete she is. And she has a fine throw. Look at this. That was over 45 meters, and she only has to complete the 800 meters. They're the 3 East German girls together. They've only got to run a respectable time, and East Germany are going to get 1, 2, and 3 in the heptathlon medals. Judy Livermore under a little pressure. She's had 2 no throws. She's failed to strike point first, and she's been over the front line. And yet she's in 4th position, and she desperately needs this one. She's watching it. Oh, it looks flat. Oh, and I don't know whether they're going to give her that. A red flag up, and she goes out of the competition, and it's tears for Judy Livermore. I'm sure she was in 4th place. She high jumped magnificently. She had her other events, the 100 meters hurdles, and she can't believe it. She can't believe it. 3 no throws and out of the competition, nowhere on the scoreboard, and German Democratic Republic girls in 1, 2, 3 position. Jane Frederick moves up to 4. Sabine Everts, the West German girl, in 5, with 1 event to go in the heptathlon. 10,000 meters final. 18 runners. What a field. Then of the United States, Cova, one of the favorites from Italy. Jones of Great Britain. Kunze of East Germany. The Mexican there. Schildhauer of East Germany. Gomez was the Mexican. Lopez of Portugal. Hurler there. Carlos Lopez of Portugal, one of the favorites. Jones of Great Britain. Kunze, the blonde-haired East German. Nick Rose of Great Britain, hands on hips. Little Prato of Spain standing next to Schildhauer, the very tall East German. 7.50 Shahanga, Gidima Shahanga, the Commonwealth champion at 10,000 meters. And Alberto Salazar, I can see, wearing 9.17, the American champion at marathon. Very, very big crowd, 45,000 people packed into the stadium. Oh, Prato's gone over, and I think it was Rose of Great Britain. They tumbled in the first 50 meters. They picked themselves up. It's the early part of the race, so they can collect themselves together again. I was saying there are 45,000 people stacked into this stadium, the biggest number they've had since the Helsinki Olympic Games in 1952. There's that incident again. Look for the little Spaniard, Prieto. Now, I'm sure it's him that goes over. Oh, and he looks as though he gets trodden on once or twice. And Nick Rose stumbles there, but picks himself up. 6 laps to go, and the man who takes the lead is the big Finn, all 6 feet 4 of him, Martti Vainio. Now, just in taking the lead, he's got this Finnish crowd on their feet. Look for the blue and white flags in the background. They love the Finns to lead. Whether they're going to win or not is not so important. It's whether they show guts and determination. Sisu, it's called in Finland, and there he is, being chased by Kedia of Ethiopia. The lead has changed many times. The pace has dropped. It's been up and down. There have been fast laps and there have been slow laps. And Mohamed Kadir of Ethiopia is still in second. 2:69 there, looking strong. Hansjoerg, one of two very good, strong East Germans in the finishing. Carlos Lopez wears 6:45 in the white and green of Portugal. Schildhauer coming up on the outside, wearing 3:77. Tall East German. Martivenio, though, still taking the lead and getting the plaudits of this crowd. But he's going to slow it down and ask somebody else to take the lead. He's had a little go. And any one of 12 men out of the 18 that started could win this 10,000 meters. 80 degrees, 57% humidity. It's a little hot, but they have the support of the crowd. And Vainio has dropped back as Kadir of Ethiopia, one of their tremendous cross-country runners, takes the lead. Lopez, the little man in green and white, is up there. Kunze is also up there. And 2:05 is Debele of Ethiopia. So there's Ethiopians in 1 and 4. And that's a bunch you could throw a blanket over. The West German begins to make a run. That's Christoph Hurler wearing 2:85. And wearing the yellow shorts is Girimas Shahanga of Tanzania, as there are 2 laps to go in this 10,000 meters. A little bit of barging, a little bit of tripping there, and it looked as though Carlos Lopez, who's 36 years of age, the Portuguese man, acknowledged there by Kadir that there was the matchstick man, that there was a bit of a trip. Anyone's race steal. And look at the tall East German, Schildhauer, break away, get clear. Vainio is still up there. Girimas Shahanga is there. A whole one of a whole bunch. Tremendous run. Hurler is still there. Kadir, Debele, Vainio, Kunze, Schildhauer, Cova of Italy wearing 4:64, keeping out of trouble. A slight man, all in blue. Cova of Italy in the middle of that bunch. And when they come around this time, they hear the bell. And suddenly streaking for home, it's Werner Schildhauer, who's got terrific sprint finish. He's being chased by Hansjoerg Kunze, and so East Germany in 1 and 2, and listen to this crowd yell on the great tall figure of Martivenio. Shahanga is 4, Cova is 5. Has Schildhauer gone too soon? Can they make up? He's not letting, the gap isn't growing, but Schildhauer has set his cap for home. Kunze is chasing him. Vainio being roared on. Girimas Shahanga from Tanzania trying to get after him. Cova from Italy. There, surely the medals must come from these 5 men that are away from the rest of the field. Schildhauer, he's surely done enough. He can see the tape. Kunze is just behind him, but they've closed up again. Vainio moves out for a challenge. Shahanga does too, and the Italian is finishing fast. What a run from him, but is it East Germany 1 and 2? It appears to be, but no! On the line, it's going to be the Italian. Cova from Schildhauer, from Kunze, from Vainio. What a run for the line. The time, relatively unimportant, but what a sprint finish from Alberto Cova, the European champion, and he steals it from Schildhauer, and I don't know that Schildhauer knows that he's beaten. Schildhauer from Kunze, from Vainio. Oh, so sad that the Finns should be out of the medals, and Shahanga is 5th. The delight there for all to see. And Italy has a world champion. Well, the time I said was unimportant. It was a slow time, but what an exciting race. The Italians stealing it in the last 20 yards from the 2 very fine East German runners. Now for the hammer. And the whole crowd have stayed behind. It's later in the afternoon. They take a breath as Yuri Sedik, the Olympic champion, goes in the circle. Set a world record in the Olympic Games. Sedik wearing 8:52. In the history of the event, only 10 men have ever been over 80 meters, and 8 of them have been Russians, including this man. 3 very fast turns. The 16-pound hammer on the end of that 4-foot wire streaks it way out, way over the 70 meters, in fact, very close to the 80-meter line. Brilliant throwing. 80 meters 262 feet 5. We'll wait and see what the feet and inches are. 79.22 to take the lead. 79 meters and 22. Now Sergei Litvinov, the world record holder. Didn't win the Olympic title, but he broke the Olympic record and has been over 80 meters consistently. He uses 4 turns, long arm pull. Away goes that ball on a chain, and look at that. The blue flag is his own world record, and he's only a meter or so behind that. Sergei Litvinov of the Soviet Union, and the Russians looking so strong. Watch him in slow motion. The preliminary swings to get the balance. Now he moves the weight over the left foot and turns on the heel and toe, heel and toe, heel and toe, winding up and accelerating, and then with a long arm release, getting legs and trunk and arm into the throw, hurls away the implement, and that's tremendous. 82 meters and 68 centimeters to take the lead, 271 feet 3. Sergei Litvinov. The third of the Russians here, Igor Nikulin. Flatter turn, but his acceleration is clear for all to see. Nikulin, only 22 years of age, and look at that, just short of 80 meters. 80 meters, the world mark for great throwers, 262 feet 5. And look at the Soviet Union with 1, 2, now 3 throwers, very close to that. Nikulin, 78 meters and 46 centimeters. Now here's a much improved Pole. Kwasny of Poland, 6 feet 4 tall. He too has learned much and improved greatly. 79.42, and that means he goes ahead of Nikulin. Tremendous throwing as Sedik goes back in, and he knows he's got trouble because the world record holder is putting on a tremendous power display. 80 meters again, second place for Sedik. And after 3 rounds, it's the Soviet Union 1 and 2, but the Pole Kwasny has broken up their stranglehold. Nikulin has to settle for 4th. A very high standard indeed. Still 3 rounds to come. In the high jump, wearing 5.11. This is Colleen Sumner of the United States of America. She's got the bar now at 1.97 meters. 6 feet 5.5. Still 4 girls in the competition. Very attractive girl from the United States. Was only 4th in the US Championships, but was a late selection here. And she's 23 years of age. Using a straddle, there she is turning to the bar and takes it off. And that's her 3rd failure at 1.97. Goes out of the competition having achieved 1.95, 6 feet 4 3/4, but she's jumped well. And she's out of the medals, perhaps. 5.09 is Louise Ritter, the American champion. 1.97, 2 failures, she's got 1 third try. If she fails here, she still goes ahead of Colleen Sumner, but she'll get the bronze medal in any case. Oh, she goes out, red flag. Thanks the crowd for their support. The 2 American girls leave the competition in 3rd and 4th place and leave the stage for Ulrike Mayfarth of West Germany and Tamara Bykova of the Soviet Union. This is Ulrike Mayfarth, the girl about whom fairy stories are written. She went to the 1972 Olympic Games as a 16-year-old schoolgirl. She won the German championships, then she won the Olympic championships. She set a new Olympic record and a new world record. And here she is still competing. Ulrike Mayfarth, now 27. Pounds in. Oh, and goes clear. Beautifully clear. And one of the medals must be hers. She's thrown out the challenge to the Soviet girl. 1.99, 6 feet 6 1/4. She is clear at, and it's now up to Tamara Bykova to do the same height. This is the Russian girl, European indoor champion, winner of the World Student Games. She's been improving all this past year. Tamara Bykova, nice bouncy, springy. Oh, and she too goes clear. And what a high jump competition this is. Ulrika Mayfarth smiles as both girls clear this remarkable height. 6 feet 6 1/4, 1.99 m. And look at this, 2 meters and 1 centimeter. The only girl that's ever jumped higher is Ulrika Mayfarth. It's been matched by Simeone. The world record still stands at 2 meters 2. Ulrika Mayfarth holds that. And here's this girl coming in at 2 meters 1. What an advantage she'd get if she were to get over this first. Oh, and she does. The Russian girl goes clear, jumping quite superbly. In fact, she's jumped 2 meters 3 indoors. That's the highest any girl has ever jumped. But because it was done indoors, it doesn't count as a world record. But she's the first clear at 2 meters and 1 centimeter, 6 feet 7, and that means the challenge is on this girl, who has 1 failure. Ulrika Mayfarth, West Germany. No, drags it off with her feet. She has 1 jump left. .203. Now, 203, the girl who's going to make certain of that goal. Tamara Bykova, 6 feet 8, the bar. Oh, just clips it with her feet, but no matter, she wins the World Championship. On count back, she beats the West German girl. It was a marvelous, entertaining high jump competition. The whole 40,000 stayed behind to see Tamara Bykova, the Soviet girl, become world champion from Ulrika Mayfarth, with the American girls in 3rd and 4th position. And that's the spirit of these championships. The West German girl going over to congratulate the world champion. Bykova wins from Mayfarth. There's the American girls in 3rd and 4th. Chance to see rounds 4 and 5 of the hammer throw. Yuri Sedik, the Olympic champion, still chasing the man who holds the world record. 3 fine turns, just a little fall away to the left. And again, he's over the 80-meter mark. Sedik's throw, 80 meters 94. Here's the man who leads, 82. We've seen 82.68, 271.3. Sergei Litvinov. Swinging, driving. Oh, and he's lost it. But if he lets the head of the hammer come down under control inside the circle, he's allowed to turn again. Just lost his concentration. 25 years. Only the bronze medalist in Athens, that's the European Championships of a year ago. The silver medalist in the Olympic Games in Moscow. Beaten by Sedik, but ahead of Sedik now. And it will be the first major championship in which he's headed. Sedik, who has a lot of experience, the Olympic champion twice, 76 and 80. 4 turns, another tremendous throw. Watches it land. Oh, and again, beyond 80 meters. What a good series he's putting together. Litvinov, 82, 82, 80, 80, 26. And this much improved pole, Kwasny. Oh, he touched. He went over the rim, I think. Is he going to get a red? Oh, it's a long throw for him. He certainly beats Nikulin on that. And to my surprise, he has not got a red flag. Now watch to see if his foot comes over the edge of this 7-foot circle. This youngster of 22, 6 feet 4 tall, vastly improved this year. 3rd turn coming up now. Watch him continue with his feet. Does he go over the edge? Not that foot now, but now. Is he over the edge? I thought so. But the judge says no. and look at that hammer thud away and give him a silver medal. 81-54, the last throw of the competition. Litvinov of the Soviet Union wins. The Pole is a surprising silver medalist. The Olympic champion has to settle for a bronze. In this heptathlon final event, it's the lineup of the best runners in the competition, and we'll see all three East German girls here in the medal position. Schmid of the Soviet Union is in lane 1, then Anke Vater of East Germany, Sabine Paetz. Jane Frederick is not there, in fact, the American girl, Glynis Nunn of Australia, Dimitrova of Bulgaria, Sabine Everts, who must surely win this unless she falls over. Remember, it's not about coming first, second or third. It's about how many points you score against the clock. And you add those points against the total that you've amassed from the other 6 events, and at the end of the 7 events, whoever has the most points wins. Sabine Everts of West Germany leads. Then 2 of the East German girls tuck in as we see Valentina Dimitrova in 2nd place. On the shoulder of 2:15, who is Romana Neubert, the world record holder, and who must surely take the gold medal here. Sabine Everts going for a fast time. She would love to win this, as would Valentina Dimitrova of Bulgaria, who turned out to be a very fine shot putter. Now, the East German girls appear to be letting them get away. 61.14, their time at the bell. And the West German girl running strongly. The crowd staying to cheer them on. 2 grueling days of competition to find the Vitrix Ludorum, the all-around champion of the games. Everts of West Germany getting away from Dimitrova of Bulgaria. But Romana Neubert is slightly closing the gap, running strongly for her gold medal. If she just finishes the race now, she's so far ahead on points, she must get the gold. But it's still a very determined run, and she has closed the gap on Dimitrova. Still Everts leads. Dimitrova and the silver and bronze medalist girls are at the back with Glynis Nunn. But look at this for a run. Romana Neubert goes past Dimitrova, comes up now, and there is the winning run, and Neubert will collect the gold medal. Sabine Paetz, the silver medal, Anke Vater, the bronze. 1, 2, and 3 go to East Germany. A clean sweep, just as the American sprinters did in the 100 meters for men.